everyone, and thank you for joining me for Sketchbook Sunday, episode 44. I just want to give a big welcome to all the new subscribers that recently found me from my Parker Solar Probe video. I'm so grateful that the video received such a warm response, and it makes my heart really happy because I poured my heart into it and it's dedicated to something far bigger and more important than me. So thank you so much for your support on that video. Today's Sketchbook Sunday will feature 3 oil paint sketches. I'm working in my moleskine sketchbook, primed the pages with gesso before painting on them with oils. It's a very important step to ensure that the oil paint binds to the gesso instead of seeping through to the other pages, and I'm adding gal kid to my paint to decrease the drying time. Because of this, I'll be able to close the pages in like a day or two. The first study I'm painting is of a scene in the Bahamas. The inspiration for that came from March of last year, actually. I was on a cruise with my fiance and his family for a birthday celebration, and we're actually going on another cruise again this February for another family birthday. I always make it a goal to create art inspired by any new place I visit, and I love gathering reference material on my travels. Painting it when I'm home is kind of a way for me to reflect back on the experience and the trip from a different angle. During that vacation, I realized that I really want to work on more plein air pieces. Somehow, I forgot to bring some of my art materials with me. I always travel with at least a sketchbook and some pencils, and I wanted to bring my oil paints too, but I forgot everything, and the entire trip I was just dying to paint and draw, and not having my art materials was the worst. So I'm not going to make that mistake again. Next time I'm bringing my pochade box, and I don't know if I'll ever travel without it again. Certainly not without my sketchbook. But it was my first time ever on a cruise ship, and that was really fun. You're just on a big floating hotel in the middle of the ocean, which is kind of a scary thought if you think too long about it, but that's what the bar is for, I guess, if you're into that. It was a fun experience overall. I just, again, wished I had my art materials because I wanted to paint so badly. I also like to draw these designs on sometimes. It's kind of fun to let go of realism and draw something completely different. I drew these mandala type thingies with a pen and colored pencils at a cafe, and it was really relaxing. So the next couple of sketches are wave studies, and they have nothing to do with that cruise actually. I've just recently taken a liking to painting ocean waves. They're really fun to paint, and the references came from a site called pexels.com. I don't use it often. I always just use my own reference images that I take myself, but I just recently found out about this site, and they have so many beautiful royalty-free images, so I think I'm going to use it a little bit more often from now on. But I honestly just prefer to use my own references. That definitely ensures that no one else is going to have that painting, a similar painting to it, at least with those exact shapes and placement, unless of course they copy my painting, but at least mine will be first. I also post my own royalty-free images to my Patreon page for my patrons to use. And when I'm doing these studies in my sketchbook, I don't aim to make them super precise or realistic. It's really just a relaxing, fun study and a way to let go of the time and mental commitment to an oil painting. It just takes a lot of the pressure off, so it's good to be back to my sketchbook working on some looser studies. And if you're new here, please go watch my other videos that aren't of my sketchbook, because that art is probably way cooler. But I've been pretty neglectful of my sketchbook lately because I've just been so swamped with countless things, and I've been so behind on everything, trying desperately to catch up. Last year was just a total struggle to maintain balance, and I'm hoping to figure that out this year because I was just in constant overwhelm. I think a lot of people have this false romanticized idea of what it's like to be a full-time artist, but it's actually a lot of work, and not all of it is fun work. You're not just painting all day. There is so much that goes into it, and I'm thinking of making a video to explain and demonstrate all of the different elements that go into my work. Painting is probably like 40% of it, so let me know if that sort of thing interests you. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. I post works in progress there, my studio, my plants, and stuff like that. I'm wishing you all a beautiful day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!